Good morning, traders. Welcome to an Ichimoku Cloud Chart Market Review. I'm Richard Miller, and I'll do today's Ichimoku Cloud Chart Market Review of the NASDAQ 100. Now, about 3 weeks ago, we managed to rebound from the standard line here. It was a nice support level to watch out for. It coincided well with the old high here, and these two resistance zones that became support levels. So we had a nice rebound from that level. The front end of the cloud is another support level to watch out for, 126660, and the front end here 12739 and 40. Now that's the front end cloud chart support level to watch out for in Q1 and Q2. The other thing to look out for is we now fighting this resistance of the turning line at the top end here. We need to see a breakout past that level. The NASDAQ struggling to break past that level seems to be somewhat of another new resistance zone, which used to be somewhat of a support zone. So we're not out the woods yet. There's a sell signal on the MACD in the market, but we'll see how that one pans out. We might get another buy as support comes back in and around this cluster of cloud chart support zone. We've been a little bit extended, and we took, the market became a little bit extended, then corrected a little bit, then rebounded from this standard line, and now we're fighting for this resistance at the turning line to see if we're going to break past that level. So critical week ahead for the NASDAQ. Turning to the daily. Now, the daily chart from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective is absolutely fascinating because we've got three interesting lines here. We've got the standard line, which used to be support on the way up. You can see a great support zones. Now it seems to be a resistance zone. That's the top end there, so that level 13314 is a good level to watch out for, and that coincides well with the front end resistance zone, yeah. And then the other resistance level to watch out for is 13496. But more interestingly is this line is now coincides well with the bottom end of the cloud chart, which is normally a support level if price action is sliding, rebounding from it, or a resistance zone if price action reverses in around these levels. And we also have this at the front end of the cloud. Now, the front end of the cloud, that's normally a resistance zone if price action is below the cloud, and that's a support zone if price action is above the cloud. But interestingly, we now need, it's a make or break week for the NASDAQ. That's the point I'm really trying to make, to say, well, we need to see a follow through, a breakout past this resistance zone, and price action need to stay above that low zone. If it stays above that zone, then the next target would be the 13318 front end cloud chart resistance zone, as well as this top end cloud chart resistance zone. But ideally want to see price action back above the entire top end of the cloud, entire top range. Turning to the 4 hour. 4 hours also in a very interesting scenario, bearish price action because price action is below the cloud. So you can see here after rebounding from multiple old support levels from the cloud, yeah, we're now fighting resistance at the bottom end of the cloud. So we need to see a really decisive breakout past this level. Note how the NASDAQ rebounded from the turning line, standard line, yeah. Rebounded from that level. Now we need to see a breakout past this bottom end cloud chart resistance as well as the front end resistance zone, and then this level should act as support, 13044. On a weak market, then it could test the bottom end of the cloud of 12891. But I want to see the NASDAQ price action above the cloud because that will be bullish. So far it's bearish. We need to see price action breakout above this level. Now, interestingly enough, we've got the similar situation here where the standard line is a resistance zone now. That coincides well with the bottom end of the cloud chart, that section, and the top end of the cloud at that section. So interesting that this is going to be a significant level for the NASDAQ to get past. It used to be a significant support zone. Now it's a significant resistance zone. So 13320 for the NASDAQ 100 would be the next resistance zone to navigate past, and then this top end of the cloud you're at 13645, and by that time we've closed that gap there. So these are the upside targets for the NASDAQ. The first one is this line in the sand, 13316, and then the next one is these that level there, 13542, and then the top end there, 13648. So these are the levels to watch out for. But we do need to see a decisive breakthrough past this resistance level of the cloud, and then that is the new support zone, 13044. Turning to the hourly chart, price action is back above the cloud. That's bullish. We sliced through the top end of the cloud. Yeah, wonderful bullish price action now. You can see these levels are now 12,752. Coincides well with that level, and then the front end, the cloud, 13,002 is also a key support level to watch out for on the hourly. But if we dip price action below the cloud, that's bearish. Price action above the cloud is bullish. But back to the daily, it's going to be interesting to see if the market can break past this kind of critical line in the sand resistance zone. Absolutely fantastic Ichimoku cloud. You've got 3 lines, 2 of which is normally support, 1 of which is normally resistance. Are they going to be resistance, or are they going to flip over and become the next key support zone for the Q2 rally? So absolutely critical week ahead for the Nasdaq to break past this resistance zone. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading.